Good morning, Glide. Good morning, brothers and sisters. I want to thank you for inviting me today and also give me an opportunity to bring my 7-year-old son for his first visit to Glide. And I am so honored to have an opportunity to say thank you to a man on the occasion of his 64th birthday, because the 90s are the new 60s, right, Reverend? So let me start with a question. I want to ask, how many of you were not born here in San Francisco? Oh my goodness, it is most of the room. I start with that because I just want to share this, which is I was born in Cleveland, Ohio. Some folks from Ohio. Grew up in Boston, Massachusetts. Lived in Washington, D.C., and 27 years ago, I had a conversation that I will never forget. I had just made a decision to move to a city where I knew very few people, a city that drew me just as it drew all of you. And I went to my Methodist church that day in Washington, D.C., and after the service, I asked my pastor, I am moving to the city of San Francisco. Could you suggest a church that I should visit? And the Reverend said, you know, there are a number of churches, and he proceeded to tell me about a bunch of churches, but then he ended with this. He said, there's one church. It's a little different. It is special. Its name is Glide, and it is run by a fella named Cecil Williams. And so I moved here. I have come to this church, and I've come to understand the force of nature that is Cecil Williams. You hear what I'm talking about. This is a man, and this is an institution that has embodied radical values, values of radical inclusivity, of truth-telling, of hope, and of love. And what I want to say is, as an elected official, as your city attorney, the values of my office every day, we are fighting for the values that Cecil and Glide have imbued upon our city. Because every day we fight for those who are persecuted because they may be immigrants, because they may be from the LGBTQ community, because they may be persecuted for suffering due to addictions, because they may not have enough food or health care or a roof over their heads. We ask the question, what would Cecil do? And for all of us who are elected officials, as we fight for racial equity and social equity and cultural equity and political equity, we ask ourselves, what would Cecil do? And let me just close by saying this. There's so much that we are going through as a city, but I have no doubt that if we continue to embody the spirit of Glide, the spirit of Cecil Williams, our love, our hope, our inclusivity will win over all. So I just want to say, God, thank you for bringing this man into the lives of all of us and into the lives of the city of St. Francis. Cecil, we love you. We look forward to celebrating you. Godspeed. Thank you, everybody.